Hey, Rondell, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Just explain to us what it's like to be back out on the field and be part of that big win Saturday.
Oh man, it feels great, especially to win, obviously, to contribute to that. It's been like almost a year, I think. Yeah, it feels great to contribute to that and have fun. All that at the end, it's like it shows it all pays off. It's worth it.
Did you feel like I believe you graded out pretty well. Were you happy with your performance against what was a pretty good offensive line?
Yeah, me myself, I thought I helped the team in a good way, obviously, and I think as a defense, we carried out the game plan perfectly, held them to 100 yards less than they normally had, which I thought was a really big part of the game plan. And I think we played physical, and they were obviously probably one of the better offensive lines we played this year. So yeah.
Rondell, why do you think you guys were able to have so much success against stopping that run against Virginia Tech?
First, I think it's the week of practice we had. I think we were really focused. We were really locked in all week. And the game plan that Coach Hemp had for us and the game plan that the coaches emphasized, we have a big three. And one of the biggest ones was derail the train, because obviously it's a train if you're averaging like 320 a game. And we put me and Boogie at end because we're a lot heavier. And we just decided to play physical and take it personal that they were going to try to run it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, Rondell. How comfortable are you on every position at the D line right now? Because I think you're one of the guys that you can play field, you can play drop, and you've played the D tackle spots too, right?
I don't know about drop, but
okay.
Isn't
that where you are when you and Boogie are both out there at end?
No, I'm field. They got Boogie at end, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the other things, I'm up for whatever. I could play wherever you need me.
Rondell, how do you guys keep this momentum going on the road at Syracuse? And were you at all surprised that Syracuse kind of hung with Clemson there for a while?
The momentum part, I think, again, it's just another week of practice. We need to buy in, and like the early mornings, it's gonna be hard. But I think like last week, we learned from that and we build on these practices. And yeah, we won, but I think we gotta take what we did wrong and fix that to keep the momentum going. And then I'm not surprised Syracuse played Clemson good. I think they play Clemson and us good every year. I think we always get their best.
Rondell, at what point last week did you know you were going to be back? And then how you feeling physically after playing in your first game?
I missed the first part of that question.
At what point last week did you know you were going to be able to compete?
In practice, the scout team gives us really good looks, and I felt pretty good against them. And I felt like after like the middle of the week, I had the game plan down, and I was excited to be back, which I think played a big part. And yeah, after I was pretty sore because it's been like a year. So
What'd you miss the most?
Probably like just celebrating with the guys, like on the sideline, going crazy, watching them make plays, being able to jump around.
Coach Clausen talked about, with all the confusion of the early part of the season, trying to find the identity of this team and get into a football mode. Do you feel like you guys are in more of a routine and a pattern, and it's all football? We know what we can do, who can do what?
Yeah, I think the first game or two we were rusty. COVID didn't really help, and I think now we're getting into our groove where obviously we have a few injuries, but I think people are like playing their roles and know what to do and know what's coming. Like obviously Nick Anderson, he's a freshman, never played before, and now he has a few games under his belt, so he's more experienced. And I think that goes with everyone on the team.
How much do you guys feed off of just the rest of the defense, what Nick has been doing? I mean, does that fire everybody else up?
No, we love it. Ever since like walkthroughs this summer, we could tell like the fire behind him it's going to help us. And like the way he plays on the field, he doesn't even have to say anything. We rally towards him. We rally towards Jasir. We rally towards Boog whenever we're all like just hyped and ready to make plays.
And I don't think we've asked this, but does Nick even shave yet?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen any facial hair on him.
On the defensive line, what's the key to keeping some of those more inexperienced guys ready to jump in and make an impact, like Shaheen and Isaiah Chaney?
I think Coach Cohen does a really good job of that in meetings to start. Like he keeps them engaged. Like he's not just worried about the starters and all that. And in practice, they rotate from like scout team, and like they come over with the defense and they get reps in, and then they get reps with the offense when they can. So I think just knowing that like COVID could hit or anyone could go down and letting them know that.
As a defense, you guys have put together, really good back-to-back performances against Virginia in the second half and then last week. How's the confidence of the defense moving forward? Are you guys, how are you guys coming together?
We're definitely confident, but we know we have a lot to work on. We know there's still injuries. We know people are banged up. And so we watch film and we just keep going and try to learn from our mistakes from the past 2 games and what keeps showing up and what we did last year a little bit that we need to do better against this good Syracuse team.
What are some of those mistakes that you guys might see that are showing up?
Like there's just some eye mistakes for the D-line. Obviously, there's too many MAs this late into the season. Like we're stepping wrong, and we just have to clean stuff like that up to be perfect and to keep this train rolling.
Rondell, what's the chances of a letdown this Saturday? You've got a bye week on the horizon. You're facing some injuries, just come off a big win, and facing a Syracuse team that's kind of underperformed this season. Any chance you guys don't come in mentally ready?
I think if we do come in mentally ready and ready to play, obviously the bye week's going to be great. But if we don't learn from the last 2 weeks or even the first game of the season, I think it's going to be a long Saturday, and then it's going to be a long bye week.
Rondell, this is the trip where you got hurt last year, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell us what your injury was if you don't want to, but what was the most difficult part of the rehab process?
The whole thing. Just being here when everyone went home before that bowl game, just by myself, me and Nas, by ourselves, just waking up, and the rehab wasn't great. It was hard to do, and obviously it's paid off, so it was worth it.
Sounds like quarantine before quarantine started.
Oh yeah, that's basically what it was.
I know you were going to miss the spring with the rehab. So were you kind of in the same boat as Nasir where your rehab kind of got put on hold, not being able to be on campus and rehab with the team doctors and those kind of people?
I think yeah, it kind of slowed it down because obviously it's not as intense as Niles. So at home, obviously I was rehabbing, but me and Nas could have been in better shape and better condition to play earlier if it wasn't for COVID. Yeah.
And this is a game, not all that familiar with the geography up there, but is your family going to be able to come to this game at all?
New York they're not letting fans in, which is unfortunate, but
it's kind of a bitter aspect to this trip for you, I'd imagine, going so close and not being able to have them come.
Yeah, no, it's my aunt just texted me and she's all mad. They all are, yeah.
Did they get the ACC network though? Will they see you play on TV at least?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They make sure of that.
Take it out on Syracuse.
What'd you say?
Take it out on Syracuse.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Anything else for Rondell?